But yeah, my opinion, it's not worth it in 2024. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Glass Garage, where we make detailing simple. My name is Sak, and today I have something special for you guys. So we're going to be talking about, is the SPTA Polisher worth it? Is it worth buying? What do I think of it? I've had this for a little over 2 years, and I will give you all my thoughts on what I think, if it's worth it or not, especially if you're gonna buy it now in 2024 or planning on purchasing it within the next couple months. Is it really worth it? And I will go deep into the technicals of like my field, my use, and my experience with this polisher. And yeah, also ignore the mess. I've been playing around with a couple products. I did have a detail where I made a dedicated review on the Kronos 2.0. This is my third or fourth time using this coating, phenomenal coating. Also, the Detail company's glass cleaner has become my favorite glass cleaner, and I have a dedicated review on that. And yeah, just a bunch of stuff. That's pretty much it. I did also get the new DIY Details pads. This is the new black wool pad. Definitely feels a lot different and denser. And this is their Rotary jeweling pad. I had this one just sitting around, and as you can see, it is a darker tone in color, and this is made by Buff and Shine as well. And as you can see, it is coned compared to this one that it is not. So dedicated review coming out on that in the future. Let's move on to the actual cream of the crop, and why we're doing this video is the SPTA Polisher worth it? And I would say 2 years ago, this was definitely worth it, just because at the time there really wasn't a cordless polisher that I really enjoyed, or a cordless polisher that was affordable. A bunch of cordless polishers were out. I had the Flex 3401 Beast, and that was a forced rotation one, and that one was like 500 bucks. And then after that, you had the Flex came out with their DAs, and that one used to stall like crazy, and that one was also about $500. And then you had the Shine Mate that was also expensive, and you can only get it at Carzilla. And I wasn't really in tune with that at that time. I really wasn't, you know, fully cordless. I just said, let me grab a cordless polisher, and I want to see if the DA is worth it. And I ended up watching Phil Miranda's video where they had the V1 version of this SPTA polisher. And then, Lord and behold, probably like 3 weeks after that, like 2.5 years ago, they came out with the V2, and this looked a lot more rigid and durable. I bought this on Alibaba for $200 each. They do come with 2 batteries. They come with these 2 batteries right here. They're pretty cheap and built, and they are not fast charging. That's something to keep in mind, and that is very crucial. That it's an important part of the video where I'm going to talk about. And yeah, it was $200. It comes with 2 batteries and 1 charger, and that's pretty much it, really. I ended up pulling the trigger. I said, you know what, $400 for 2 cordless polishers. I'm like, that's something that my wife and I needed, because we wanted to go cordless. Sometimes carrying the cord around was cumbersome, and we said, let's actually just go full cordless. And for me to spend $100 bucks on a subpar cordless polisher at the time was Flex's first cordless polisher, their DAs. I just didn't want to deal with that stalling, and they had a bunch of issues. I just didn't want to deal with that. So I ended up getting this, and it was $400 bucks. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, let's talk about the negatives on this. And like I said, I would purchase this possibly 2 years ago. It was worth it. But now, in this day and age, I don't think it's needed, especially when DIY is coming out with their new cordless polisher. Save that for later. Let's get into the specs of all this stuff. So, quality control for the SPTA polishers. First thing off the bat, what I noticed is that the quality control isn't the best. This polisher has 1 through 7 speeds, so it's speed setting 1, then it goes up to 6, and then max. Hopefully you can see max right there. It says max. Quality control in China isn't the best, and here are the 2 machines on the max speed setting, and one is a lot stronger than the other. and you could actually feel it through the polisher, which one is more potent. This one, the one on your left, sounds a little bit more potent and much stronger than this one. Very quiet. This one has a little bit more torque and more power to use it on. Now, what is the other aspect about this, besides that, is the batteries. The batteries themselves aren't fast charging. So what happens is, say you're doing 2, maybe 3 vehicles a day, or you're trying to do 2 cars, these batteries will probably give you about 30 minutes of runtime. And I have to use this machine on speed setting 5 or 6 to get at least a decent 1-step. And if I'm going to cut, I'm going to need the max speed setting, and then I end up using a bull pad. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So you're really gonna be running its courses heavily on these polishers. And with the batteries, what happened is that's the downside. You're gonna have 30 minutes of runtime, and you better polish that car within an hour. If you're doing a 2-step, good luck. You're gonna need multiple batteries. If you're going to do this as a quick paint enhancement, you can get away with 2 batteries for sure, because you're probably gonna swap it out once. You'll probably take an hour and a half to do a quick paint enhancement, and you will be able to get it done with 2 batteries. But if you're gonna do anything more than that, you're not gonna get anywhere with that. What I ended up doing was 2 years ago, or a year and a half ago, was it a year ago? No, it was 2 years ago. Pretty much that same winter, the holiday season, Home Depot was having a, they always have their Black Friday sales. So what about their Black Friday sales that I truly enjoy? Well, with their Black Friday sales is if you buy a tool, which I got this blower, still working amazingly well, you get the batteries for free. So it's pretty much buy the bare tool, get the battery, 1 battery for free. And I ended up getting the 6 amp, 18 volts battery. And if you're just gonna get the batteries alone, they were like 50% off as well during Black Friday, which instead of paying $250, I ended up paying like $125. And I ended up getting 4 batteries total. The reason why I ended up doing that is I needed the fast charging work time. Sometimes we're doing 2-3 vehicles a day, and we need the polishers to charge, or the polishers to be running continuously, and it's just a huge benefit not having to carry a cord. So that's the reason why I ended up doing this. If you already have a Makita battery and Makita parts or tools, just these are amazing that you could use with these polishers. Now, if you don't have it, don't buy the SPTA. It's not worth it, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna pay $200. Who knows how much is this? It's probably like $230 now. And if you're gonna buy this, $230 to spend $125 for 2 batteries and a charger for Makita, you're spending literally $175, $375, $400 for a okay polisher. And that brings me to the conclusion, is it worth it now, especially in 2024? And I will honestly say it is not, in my personal opinion. Now, if you're just gonna get just a tool and a battery and spend $200, I mean, that's up to you. At the moment, I know there's a lot of other cordless polishers out there that are expensive, like the new Optimum one that they came out with last year or the middle of this year is like $500. Same thing with the Shine Made, it's around, I think, like $450. The Flex is about $500–600. Yes, that's pretty expensive. I agree with you on that if you need that, but the only one that I could say possibly give it a shot and recommend in the future is within the next 6 months is the new DIY Detail cordless polishers. I mean, based on what I saw in the SEMA videos from, Matt Mormon, Jeff, Improved Garage, Carlos, the House of Rags, Pants, they all went to their booth and ended up using the new DIY Detail cordless polishers, and from what I see is it has no bog down on it. It doesn't stall. It is still super powerful. It has the same potency as their corded tool, which is amazing. And they also are using Makita batteries. Now, one question I have to ask, are they really using the actual Makita battery themselves? Are they shipping it with the Makita batteries themselves? Because that'll be amazing that you can fast charge, especially if it's a fast charging one, and just swap them in and out. This is why I got the Makita batteries, because within 30 minutes, it's 80% charge, super quick. And I know Ivan did say that on the review that he was doing with Matt Mormon, but yeah, that's pretty much it really. Now here is what I'm going to show you. This is speed setting 3 on the 25mm DA, and this is the potent one from SPTA on speed setting max. You could just hear and feel the torque from both, and they both pretty much feel pretty much the same weight really. And I'm gonna put this side by side. Hear that? That's max setting. You feel the power and you can actually hear it. Now I'm gonna put this on max, and you're not traditionally ever gonna polish on speed setting 6, especially with this, but you're gonna hear this thing is a beast, the DIY one. Pretty low. So that's pretty much it. I would say in a nutshell, if you're going to use this and you are willing to purchase the SPTA Polisher in 2024, is it worth it? If you're just gonna spend 200 bucks, you only have one car, and you think you could do a quick paint enhancement in an hour, hour and a half based on your skill set, then it's worth it. If you would wait 6 months from now and just get the cordless one from DIY Detail, which is gonna be $375, I think they said it was gonna cost for the DA, and I think it's a little cheaper for the Rotary. And you're only gonna spend an extra 140 bucks compared to this one, or yeah, an extra 140 bucks. So this is probably like 230 now. You're gonna spend $140 for a much better quality tool, machine, and also come with better batteries. And I would just rather wait for that. So hopefully this video was worth it. I've used this. It was a joy for the past 2 years to use this, and I'm still going to use it until the new DIY ones come out. But yeah, but this, it's ran its course 2 years ago. Definitely worth it. But now, within the next 6 months, I think you guys should move on to a different tool, or you got something better, because it makes no sense to buy this tool to then go buy Makita batteries, and you're spending pretty much, you're gonna be paying $400, $430 for a subpar quality tool. And it's good just to get around once, like I said, based on your skill set. For paint enhancement in an hour, hour and a half, one tool is just enough. But that's about it. That is the choice. But yeah, my opinion, it's not worth it in 2024. Wait 6 months for the new DIY one, which based on their price point is going to be super affordable. And that's about it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, found this helpful. And yeah, I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.